Alright, so this is going to be a video about cell phones screen size and what screen size do you think is too big? For anyone who says that, laughs at the Galaxy Notes, the iPhone 6 Pluses, what are some other big phones? The G4, the S6 Edge Plus. I wouldn't really consider the G4 that much of a big phone considering it's 5.5 inches, but it has the on-screen buttons and small bezels, so it's not even that big. But Lenovo has just announced a new phone today called the Phab. The Lenovo Phab Plus, Phab, probably short for phablet. Kind of like Samsung with their tablets are called the Tab, Galaxy Tab, for short for tablet. I guess I don't really like this name that much, but basically it's kind of mid-range phone. It's Snapdragon 615, which is better. It's about better than the one in the S4, not as good as the one in the S5. That's what I'll say for the performance. So it should be decent performance. 3500 milliamp hour battery, and I'm not sure how long that will last. Probably not the longest because it's a pretty big screen and it has a 5 megapixel camera for the front and 13 megapixel for the front. Also has 32 gigs of storage. Hear that? A mid-range tablet has 32 gigs. Whoa. I am very surprised, and I hope the next Nexus does not have that. And 2 gigs of RAM also, but Apple, you really shouldn't. I'm going to keep going at you guys until you get rid of the 16 gig model, unless it's like an iPhone C, which is like $200 off contract, or 400 off contract, or some part out on Apple like price for that. But there's a Lenovo Phab, not the Phab Plus, which I really do not understand this one. If one's called the Plus and it has a slightly smaller screen, probably because this one has better specs, though, but still, Plus, when I think Plus, ever since Apple had the iPhone 6 Plus, I think of Plus as a bigger screen, but the Lenovo Phab has a 7-inch screen, and the specs are lesser, but here it is, 720p, 4250 milliamp hour battery, and Snapdragon, it doesn't say which one it is, 1 gig of RAM, and 16. There you go. 16 gigs of storage. That's what 16 gigs should be for. Of expandable storage, making it even better. Apple, at least when Apple does expandable storage, they don't even, or not expandable, when Apple does 16 gigabytes, you're stuck with it. Once you run out of space, you're fucked. This, at least you can buy an SD card, and Marshmallow's going to make SD cards pretty good, so it's not going to be a bad thing, or it's not going to make it, it's not like the iPhone's 16 gig ones, which are kind of shit, in my opinion, but the no original one's going to be 179, and the Plus, which has better specs, but a 0.2 inch lesser screen, it's going to be um, $300. Basically, they're cheap phones, and would I get these? I would rather get like a Moto G third gen Moto G. I'd rather get than these, 'cause I think these are just a bit too big. My favorite screen size right now is 5.5 inch, maybe in the 5.7 from the Note that I used to have, but still. I like the big phones, but I can use the small phones like the iPhone 4S. I used to use, or the iPhone 5, I think I could probably use an iPhone 5 with a 4-inch screen as my main phone, but because I like a bigger screen, but it's not super disappointing to have a small one for me, even though I think the 5.5-inch screen is a good size, and it's probably my preferred size, except if it's a phone like the 6 Plus, which has the massive bezels, which makes it feel like a 8-inch phone. I'm over exaggerating, but still. Um, First of all, um, who would want this? Would you, like, I don't know who would want this. Would you want this? Or, I don't know. I don't really know why anyone would want this. The Galaxy Mega is 6.3 and people laughed at it, but this is 7 inch. If you're getting this as a tablet, just to not put a SIM card in and just use as a tablet and maybe put all your videos on it and all, maybe get this as a low-end Android tablet, but still, I don't know. I really don't know what to say about this. It, I'm not really sure who would want this. I see the phones like the Note are really popular, but the people that get the Note still they have no trouble using it because they're usually bigger people. Or I don't know who would get this phone. Maybe Shaq would get this phone. Other than that, I really don't know. I'm kind of confused on what the point of this is, but there's got to be a market for this somewhere. It's not me, but it may be you. I'm not sure who would want this, but that's all I have to say about it, and bye.